What's good, Joe? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles, and you are listening to Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where you know we always keep it real. Let's get straight into it, man. Today is not a good day. It's not. And unfortunately, this is the life of a Philadelphia sports fan. Each year, each season, well, all right, the Sixers lost. Let me go ahead and root for the Eagles. Oh, the Phillies lost. Let me go ahead and root for the Eagles, root for the Sixers, root for the Fly. I don't even watch the Fly, root for the Union. But then Gareth Bale goes ahead and gets a winner at the last second, and we lose with the Union. 2022 was our year. 2022 was our year as Philadelphia sports fans. That was our year. Now, I know that we got 2017, and I'm not trying to be greedy, but the fact that in 2022, the Eagles were on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts, the fact that the Phillies were up 2-1 in the World Series against the Houston Astros, the Philadelphia Union had the game locked up, and then Gareth Bale hits a game winner or a game tying goal. It goes to PKs and we lose. That was the freaking year. You're talking about in 3 sports, we get to the championship, have a lead, and fold. In three sports. Not one, John, in 3 sports. So now fast forward to 2024. Fast forward to 2024. What has happened in the past 2 years? What's happened in the past 2 years, it's been the Sixers folding, whether that was in game 6 and game 7, James Harden and Joel Embiid being no-shows, whether it was the Phillies beating the Braves, building our hopes up to the top just to lose to the Diamondbacks with home field advantage. What about the Eagles going 10-1, proving at the time there is no Super Bowl slump? Then they go ahead and have a historic meltdown, get blown out by Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. And then we go to this year. New York fans feel like they have upped the score. And we're going to talk about that. We lose in the first round to the Knicks. We lose to the Mets. NLDS. It's shameful, it's pitiful, and unfortunately, this is the life of a Philadelphia sports fan. I've gone on my rant talking about Philadelphia sports. Let's talk about the Phillies. If your name isn't Zach Wheeler, Ranger Suarez, Bryce Harper, or Nick Castellanos, you're dead to me on the Phillies. You're dead to me. I don't care. And when I mean by you're dead to me, I mean you can be traded to anybody for a bag of chips, and I don't care. Number 1 on my list, Alec Bohm. You were a no-show, dog. You literally batted under 100, dog. Under 100 in the playoffs. One thing I absolutely despise is folding when it matters most. Trey Turner, you're getting paid $300 million and you fold, dog. You fold. What you have done in the regular season is not the same as to what you have done in the postseason. You drop off. You drop off. You're not paid $300 million to fold. To fold. And then he has this smart-ass quote saying, well, it's easy for y'all to say if you're in the dugout or if you're not at the plate. Yeah, that's why you're paid $300 million, because you can do stuff that most people cannot do. And then what pissed me off the most about Trey Turner is that he tried to make the excuse in game 1, it was the sun. It was the sun. And then when we needed it most, in game 4, in game 3, in game 2, you were a no-show. You were a flat-out no-show. So was it the sun in game 2? Was it the Sun in game 3? Was it the Sun in game 4 when you sold the crib and Nick Castellanos had a double and you sold the crib, dog? I just get so upset when you have Zach Wheeler go off. You have Ranger Suarez go off, and y'all still don't capitalize. It's disgraceful. It's pitiful. And y'all are showing us that you're not this overachieving team. Well, I'm gonna let me talk about that. Let me talk about that. The Phillies with expectations will always fold. That's why before the season started, I tried to compare them to the Miami Heat because in the past 2 years, they would start off slow. And then around August, around September, around October, red October, they would find their footing. That's what happened in 2022. A number 6 seed getting to the World Series. What about in 2023? They go ahead and beat the Braves that had a historic season. But this time, they won the NL East. There were expectations not just to win a game, win a series, but to go all the way and win the World Series. And what do? Y'all fold like a lawn chair. You fold. You fold. But when I really think about it, Philadelphia sports fold whenever they have expectations. They always fold when it's expectations with them. Whether it's the Phillies this season, whether it's the Sixers and the time that we had the Hawks up 2-1, we fold that joint as a number 1 seed and let Trae Young and Kevin Herter beat us in a game 7, and Ben Simmons refuses to dunk the ball or put up a layup over Trae Young. We were a number 1 seed that lost to the Hawks. That was pitiful. But guess what? That was expectations. Right? Or you want to talk about the Eagles and how after 2022, going into 2023, there were expectations of Nick Sirianni, of Jalen Hurts, of this whole overall team. And what happened in 2023 with the Eagles? They went ahead and folded. Philadelphia sports are best when they're underdogs. What happened in 01? Yeah, the Sixers, they didn't win the chip, but nobody expected Allen Iverson to go ahead and take this team to the finals. What about in 2017 when nobody expected the Eagles with a backup quarterback in Nick Foles to not only win a playoff game, not only get to the Super Bowl, but to beat Tom Brady and Bill Belichick? We embrace that underdog role. Or the Phillies in 2022, 2023, when they were underdogs, they played their best. Once it came to them having expectations and them expected to win, we saw a drop off. And that's what it is. So I want to just prepare Philadelphia fans for this. If the Sixers, if the Phillies, if the Eagles, if the Union, if the Flyers, if any of those teams are prohibitive favorites to win the championship, just know you're in for disappointment because that's what they have always shown us. But if there's situations where they're an underdog and they're playing well, that's when I'll go ahead. I'll say, all right, I like our chances because when we're doubted, we show up. When we're not doubted and we're expected to do something, we go ahead and fold, dog. So that is essentially what Philadelphia sports are. Now, moving forward, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Nick Castellanos, I believe all of them will stay on the team. I know Kyle Schwarber did not play well. He had that one leadoff homer. I mean, still though, like he ain't played well. Trey Turner, y'all know how I feel about him. Um, what else? Yeah, Alabama got to go. JT Real Muto, I mean, he was a no-show. How do you hit the ball 0 times? 0 times. Look at me. 0 times. Cool. 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 So again, the Phillies are a team that aren't built to meet expectations. They're built to be underdogs that reach their potential. So yeah. And for all of y'all New York fans that are hype over the Knicks and Mets being Philly, at the end of the day, we got Saquon Barkley. So that trumps everything that y'all think y'all got over us. Y'all done gave us Saquon Barkley. That would be like the Knicks giving the Sixers Jalen Brunson. That would be like the Mets giving the Phillies Francisco Lindor. Like that was an all-time bad move. I don't care. We're still up. We're still up on the score. I don't care about any of that. And the Giants and the Jets are terrible. So it's cool. It's cool. Look, baseball's about to be over. Y'all not gonna do anything. Y'all not gonna do anything in basketball. And then football, y'all gonna be in misery. Misery.